final edit, fam and friends. Break free from the noise. Every day we're facing life head on. Every way you hope for peace is closed on. Everything is so loud. Break free from the noise. Break free from the noise. People ring you on the phone, ask you how you doing. Seems so cliche these days. You answer back as simply as you can. I'm fine, 'cause no one really wants the answer that question anyway. Break free from the noise. Break free from the noise. It's like everything's meant to destroy you, and if you let it get the best of you, but you can't, no, you got to fight through, make it to tomorrow, yeah, so you can look back with gratitude one day that you had the fortitude to follow through, to make it through. May 13th, 2022. Don't let the negative vibes bring you down. No, no. Break free. Don't let the negative vibes bring you down. No, break free from the noise. Break free from the noise, yeah. Break free from the noise. Break free. Break free from It's Sunday. It's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance, man. I'm here to ease my mind and help my living. It's Renaissance Man. It's the daily variety show Mark Pires Renaissance Man. I'm here to connect with you, to amplify your current state. And I'm here with you on day 1231 in a row of the Renaissance Man Show. We're going to get into it just like we do every single night, fam and friends. It is going to be a 30-minute mark episode, so hang tight. You make sure you strap into that freaking seatbelt in that car, that 67 Saturn. You're driving around it. Saturn. There's the only one of them. You're the last one. It was like the Nova. It's been a long weekend, guys. I had to get up early both days, bring my son to baseball games, and as you know, I stay up late, so no good there. No good there. My brother Phil Hall is going to be joining us on Wednesday. I hope you guys will be here with me when we have him on to discuss one of his news stories. He just put one out about the top 10 worst marketing, I think it's the worst marketing campaigns in history. So we're gonna go through one of his cool stories that he does on Benzinga on Wednesday. It was gonna be tonight, but I'm just not thinking it's a good night for a long form, interview with Senor Phil, which is gonna be a lot of fun when we do have it. So Wednesday, make sure you're here with us. I'm gonna try to get on earlier. We'll see if the day goes as planned, but if so, I'd like to be on around 9 o'clock on Wednesday so I could have Phil come on and deliver a message and hang out with me for a little bit. So I have a couple stories. You guys see there's mass shootings like every day now. It seems like I can't figure out what's going on. We definitely need a woohoo from Matt Zabrowski. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you're here, you're waiting for a woohoo, and you're thinking to yourself, if we get a woohoo, I'm pretty sure that it'll be world peace. Just the woohoo bring me world peace. Grammy winner. Oh, goodness. So I hope you guys had a good weekend. I'm going to get into the story. I hope you guys enjoyed the new song. I was actually planning on playing that within the show, but instead we opened. Do you guys like the new concept where every day we start with a song? Instead of me doing, just some sort of thing with a, infomercial with all the movies and stuff and Dr. Evil. Just a song. Every day we're going to play a new song as the intro to the show, and then we'll start the show. Because these songs are there, and unless you hear them, you're probably never going to go out and find them on Spotify or go and seek them on iTunes and buy an album or buy a copy. And as an independent artist, the one thing I do hope is that my songs will sell to people who appreciate them. And then potentially I'll make some income for that, which would be, probably the first time I make money for this show since the inception. Matt Zabrowski, need yourself some woo-hoo. Let me get the woo-hoo. He said the Matt Zabrowski. Oh, you liked that harmony? He liked it. Let's go, Zabrowski. Woo-hoo! Joanne, you can't do the She did the in the background. I said, Joanne, that's my move. I do the as soon as you get the woohoo. You can't do it back there wheezing and doing the First of all, it's not attractive to hear you going when you're wheezing. What's that? No, Joanne, I know you try your best to sound as good as Zabrowski. Angels only come down from heaven once. That's the end of times. Come in, though. It's Joanne. It's coming. So don't worry about it. It's just hang tight. You keep doing you, Joanne, and keep destroying the show with the loudest wheeze in history. Joanne, I can't get a Guinness for the show because they said they can't figure out how to track me because I start some days and then I end in the next day. I'm like, well, that means I've been live every freaking day forever, dude. What are you talking about? But I don't know how to contact him and lay out like what we do here. I don't know how to explain it. So right now, you may have a better shot at a Guinness than me. Loudest wheeze. You could just get out the, oh, look at that. I got the decibel meter. They do a decibel meter. They see your wheeze is louder than a 747. You could be on the freaking on the tarmac. You're there. The jet is taking off, and you happen to just be there. You were just walking out by accident. You're looking for your luggage, and you went out the wrong door. And all of a sudden, you're there on the runway and walk by as the jet is going by you, 747, and the engines are going full, as it's going by you, right? Joanne's wheeze is louder on the decibel meter. Guinness. When you call Guinness and you tell them that you have a request for a Guinness, world record for the loudest wheeze in the history of time. First, they're like, no, we know that, Jorgen Vikmerbenschen has that, and there's no way anybody could be louder than Jorgen. But I told them, you should check your records on Jorgen and what the decibel meter says on Jorgen's, wheeze, because I'm pretty sure Joanne knocks that freaking thing out of the park. They're like, yeah, right. So how do we get someone down here, give it an old college try? Because I feel the walls shake. The walls shake with Joanne back there doing a Wheezy McGee. So Guinness comes down. They're here. They looked at Joanne, and within a second, the guy he made a phone call. Thomas, yes. This is Philip. Yeah, no, I'm here in Connecticut, and this Joanne is a heck of a lot louder than Jurgen. Yeah, no, I don't even have to pull out the decibel meter. The walls are literally shaking. Yeah, no, look, I'm just going to give her the Guinness because she absolutely takes Jurgen and makes him look like he's like napping and has a little purr like a cat, like a kitty cat. Yeah, no, yeah, that's it. You're hearing it exactly. That's the noise that you're referring to right now on the phone and saying, what is that exhaust in the background? Sounds like you're going through, a tunnel in New York City. That's her. That's Joanne. Yeah. No, you want to give her 2 Guinnesses? She gets a double Guinness. When Joanne showed up and she came in just for the gig, for the doll hair, and she wound up with a double Guinness. Oh, no, you're welcome, Joanne. Joanne said, it's thank you, Mark, for calling Guinness on my behalf. You're welcome. We do what we can here, Renaissance Man joke. You know what I mean? We're doing it for Joanne, doing it for Zabrosk, doing it for you. We show up for you, and then, Joanne just has to show up. She gets paid doll hair. But we do it for you. We show up every day for you. Try to see this world a better place. Remember, we're 10,000 strong by June 15th, guys. That's literally a month from today. You guys are like, no, freaking. You guys have not seen miracles take place before? There's 2 miracles. The first miracle is that a guy will show up every single day for 1,231 days in a row to 7 people, to 10 people, to 11 people, when every other person who streams has 50 to 100 people on that have been on this long. That's the first miracle. Second miracle is that we will have 10,000 people live. And it may happen before June 15th, but we will have that. And it's not because I'm asking for something that I have not earned. We deserve to have souls here that are looking for peace and the opportunity to thrive. And the time is now. The Renaissance has begun. It's been here, and you guys know you've been here, and I love you. But we need to bring everybody in that is able to connect. We're not going to be able to get them all. We know that. But the people that are out there that are tuning into things like this, but have not found the live creation show called Renaissance Man yet, those people will be with us soon. And I can't wait to see all that love coming through the screen together. We will start to do something that is necessary in this time, because if not, we will, and it's not like maybe, we will see the end of our existence as we know it. The United States of America will cease to exist. The world as we know it will change forever, and we may see things and atrocities and crimes against humanity that we could only see in a nightmare. And if we don't do it now, then it will. be too late. But I'm certain the reason why I'm still here is because it's still yet to take place. If we are connected with 10,000 souls plus, and the world isn't a brighter place for those 10,000 individuals, and they're not able to see others around them start to be affected by their positivity, then I'll quit. I will. I'll stop showing up every day. As soon as I have proof that what I do and what we do here, when opened up and connected to a large-scale audience, does not have the effect I know it will, I'll quit. But I'm certain that the 8 people that have continued to show up here every day with me, 12 people, 15 people that come back to watch the shows, they know what we do here is powerful, because the moment is the only thing that exists. And everything else that you're finding online is discussing history or future. There are some things that are live and in the moment, but very few. There's not one I know of that is based on the moment. Every other show has got some sort of edge. Oh, it's about news. It's about politics. It's about, scammers. It's about basketball. Let's talk about Michael Jordan. This show is about this very second that we're in right now. And it's been about that since day one, December 31st, 2018. I don't want it to be about anything else. I don't want to come out here with an idea of I'm going to talk about these 5 things today. I want to live here with you and discover, because creation takes place right here, right now. Everything else is a distraction. We are constantly just distracted by the events of yesterday and distracted by a future that could take place or may not take place. But we refuse to center ourselves on this moment. And then when life takes place and something massive does happen in our lives, we get too overwhelmed to be able to center ourselves and say, but this is the moment. This is when things like that do happen. And I'm ready for it because I've been living in it. But no, the world that we revolve in continues to throw us in this distractive cycle. This confusion, this confused state that we're all in. This is not just one, this is everybody. You could just, it's like a parrot. You hear these people, they're going out for these documentaries now asking questions about certain things like, will you go and get your 4th bugaboo, that type of thing. And I'm not even joking. Every single, yeah, of course, because that's the only way that we're going to be able to stop this thing. And it's amazing to me that these idiots are saying stuff like that when we've known from the beginning that people that have had an intellectual curiosity beyond what we're told, we've known from the beginning that this is the end game, that there is no stopping the thing. And what they've done is just some sort of control mechanism. And I think it's also about worldwide surveillance, under the skin. We know that. We've been hearing about it from Klaus Schwab and all these people. And but the game has been laid out 50, 60 years ago, and you could build back strong, you could build back better, or you can go Bilderberg. You could do any of those things, but they're Bilderberging it, okay? And we're in the middle of it. This is the renaissance for them of what they believe is a new higher sense of being, which is to trim the fat. So we're talking about these people owning hundreds of thousands of acres of land, and you don't have any freaking neighbors, So basically, we're moving towards a scary time. And this is where we get to the subject for tonight, which is why are we seeing mass shootings? And I had a podcast very early on in this show. You can go back and find my podcast. By the way, guys, I do have a podcast. You can go and look at it. You can go to Anchor is where I host it, but iTunes, anywhere you go, you just type in Mark Pires, Renaissance Man, Spotify, it's on there as well. And you can get my music and my podcast on Spotify. And everything, by the way, is in my link tree right below in the description. You could donate to this program in the link tree right below. If you're ever like, I like this show and I want to throw some money at the guy because he shows up every day for me, right below in the link tree, you can do that. But the reason why we're seeing mass shootings, let's talk about it. We have a problem in this country. It started when I was a kid. I was the last generation of what I would call living life and dealing with the ups and downs of it, okay? When I was a kid and I played baseball, when you lost, you went home, you cry in your freaking beer or in your milkshake, and you go back next year and you work harder in order to win. You want to come in first, second, or third. That's the goal when you were 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old and you were playing baseball. I remember crying a few times going home because we didn't win. All of a sudden, some mom, some dad, and I'll tell you, I'm going to tell you very quickly a story. I've told this story many times, and I want you guys to just understand that. When you play baseball, it's your life. And you are so excited about the sport. To me, it's almost like the way I'm so excited to show up here every day and to just live in the moment and create. And I was a pitcher, and I played shortstop. And we're in the finals. It's the World Series, and we're playing against the Yankees. And my brother, Pete Ceruto, he's on Facebook, and Pete I've connected with over the last couple of years. I don't know if he tunes in ever, but I love Pete. He's such a great guy and such an authentic guy. And even back then, he was very, very unique and authentic. And he was 6'1" when I was this little puny kid pitching in the last year of majors, which is still from 46 feet. Okay. That's when I dominated. Okay. I dominated from 46.6. When we went to 60 feet, 6 inches, I did not dominate as well because I didn't throw as hard. I didn't hit puberty till senior year of high school. Okay. So everybody else was big like Pete Ceruto, and I'm there from, seventh or 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. I was there smaller than everybody else throwing knuckleballs and sliders because I needed to throw junk in order to get to strike people out and to be a great pitcher. But I didn't have the speed. I was just a little puny kid. Anyway, going back to it, I'm in their World Series. I'm pitching against the Yankees. We're the Dodgers. My brother Justin Bush is on second base, and I'm pitching. It was usually I was either pitching or he was pitching. We were like a duo, and he'd play second. I played short, and so basically, Justin's on second. I'm pitching, and we had this kid Bobby. I'm just gonna say Bobby Johnson. There's plenty of people with that name. Okay, Bobby Johnson's there. He's in center field, and Bobby is. Let's just say, like, when we were kids, and there's still this, parents want their kids to play a sport, but sometimes that kid should not be playing that sport, okay? He just has 2 left feet, can't catch a ball, can't throw a ball, that type of thing. Bobby was somebody who just didn't love the game. I'll just say it like that. He didn't love the game, okay? He was forced to play. His father you could tell, really wanted him to play. And so Bobby would show up, and you had to let everybody play 2 innings, I believe it was. And so basically we're in this final inning of this game. It's the World Series. And just for a little color, the Yankees, who's Pete Ceruto's team, they destroyed every team that year. I'm not talking by a little bit. They won by 25 runs. They won 28-3. I'd be like, we'd walk off the field because we were in their division. We were in the National and they were in the American. So we were just looking at the standings every week, and we're dominating on the Nationals, but we're winning 6-3, 7-1, like normal games, right? And I go and I look at the freaking stats. Ceruto hit 3 home runs. They won 28-3. And I'm like, what the hell is going on over here? This is insane. So I got to tell you, this is where in my life you start to realize what you got, or if you don't have something. I'm afraid of going up against Pete Ceruto. He's 6'1", guys. And so I'm thinking to myself, this dude's hitting home runs off of everybody. When I do finally face him, he's knocking a home run off of me. He's hitting home runs off of everybody. So the day before the World Series, the day before we're playing Pete Ceruto for the first time and only time ever. I only played Pete that one time.
And we go into the game, but the night before, I asked my brother Matt. I said, Matt, do me a favor. Can you join me? I gotta work on something. I had a thought. My thought was this, and I still don't know why nobody's ever done this in baseball. When I got to 2 strikes, you guys may or may not know who this is, but I'll explain the concept of this. But when I got to 2 strikes, I used to throw. People are typically throwing a curveball. They're throwing a slider, a changeup, something like that, because they're trying to get the guy, to just be off guard. So I had a thought. I told my brother, and I used to have a really unorthodox pitching style. I'd bring my knee up over my eyes, so it's brought up so high I couldn't see the plate. And I'd also turn my shoulder completely away from the plate. So you're looking at my back and my knees over my head. Okay? I got a video of me pitching somewhere that I did, me and my son next to each other. It's kind of cool. Something I did when he first started pitching. He's lefty, I'm righty. But so I picked my knee up over my head. So I literally block my eyes, but I'm also then turning my back completely. And then I just come back and rifle. And I just, for some reason, felt so confident about where I could put the ball. It was right down the middle every time. So it was like, even though it looked weird because it was like scary looking because this guy's not looking at where he's throwing it, I was throwing it hard and right over the plate. And then so the thought was, okay, when I get to 2 strikes, what if I just kind of came into this sidearm Dan Quisenberry thing? So I'm sitting in the backyard with my brother throwing sidearm pitches for like the whole night. And he's like, this is cool, but this, keep working on it, because the bottom line is you got to be able to throw that effectively. You need to be able to throw that for strikes. If you want to try to use that pitch, you can't just do it and then it's crap. So I'm out there very first inning and I get this guy, I think it's maybe, I don't know, batter 1 or batter 2, but I get him to 2 strikes and I go into a Dan Quiz and I threw a freaking perfect strike, struck the dude out. He had no idea what to expect. Imagine you got a guy who's already standing upright doing this weird thing. He's not looking at the plate. And all of a sudden he comes in from so low on the side where he literally moving sideways and throwing from the batter back at him up and then curving back in. And they had no idea how to handle it. So we're in the last inning of this game. I know this is long-winded. I hope you guys can deal with it. Okay, so we're in the last inning of this World Series. Pete Ceruto and John Scran, all my buddies, Bob Kubala, and they're against us 0-0. I held them to 0 runs till the 6th inning. Bottom of last, this is it, okay? I think I walked a guy or he got a hit off me, and he's on second base, okay? There's a guy on second, but I got 2 outs. So, dude comes up. I don't know who it was. Maybe it was Ceruto. I don't know who it was, but somebody comes up to the plate, and this is where I started to realize I had some sort of psychic connections, okay? This is twice that this has happened. Remind me of kickball. Somebody remind me of kickball right after this, okay? So, as I throw the pitch, I come through and throw the pitch, ball hits bat. I have a vision. The ball's going to Bobby Johnson. But Bobby Johnson, he doesn't have to go run for the ball and dive for the ball and go oh. Bobby freaking Johnson just has to stand there, put his glove up in the air and catch the ball. Okay? As I turn around to see where in the field this ball is going, Bobby Johnson is standing there in center field. Why my coach put him in center field, I'll never freaking know. Bobby Johnson's sitting there, his knees are shaking as the ball comes right freaking to him. He did not have to move an inch. I am not joking. Justin Bush, my brother, who is one of my best friends of all time, is on Facebook. He can concur this and say, yes, absolutely. Bobby Johnson did not have to move at all. He actually was on here one day. If any family members are here and they remember that, Justin came on. He was like, yes, absolutely. Bobby Johnson sitting there. Ball comes right to him. He thinks enough to, put the glove up so the ball doesn't hit him in the friggin' face. Probably would have been good if it did. He puts his hand up. The ball hits right here, the palm of the freaking glove. He doesn't put his hand there. Ball falls. I still can see it, guys. I was 12 years old. 32 years ago. I could still see it. The ball rolls, falls to the ground, Guy's running because it's 2 outs. He scores. We lose 1-0 on an error. So the point is this. Somebody, some mom or some dad along the way decided to say to the leagues, to the different organizations, to the different schools, to the world, my son and my daughter are awesome, and they deserve a trophy too. So now, Bobby Johnson loses the game, and he deserves a trophy? Miss Johnson? Miss Johnson thinks he does. We got one anyway because we took second place. But the point is, don't freaking BS me and tell me that someone who doesn't deserve it deserves a freaking trophy. Okay? So we get this situation. This is where I believe this all stems from. I'm just trying to circle around for you, okay? Circle back for you. Doing a little circle back. Remember, Facce Crappy. I'm shutting down that Shopify, by the way, guys. Nobody bought any of the Facce Crappy shirts, so I'm shutting it down. But here's the thing. Plus, I think she's retiring from the Post. The point is very simple, okay? When you teach your child they're amazing and they can do no wrong and everything they do is just like the best. Oh, you're better than them. You're a better baseball player than that person. Oh, Bobby, you're a better pitcher than Mark. You're a better hitter than Pete Ceruto. And when you start telling people that and it's not true, then they turn 14, 15, 16, and they're in school and the girl they like denies them. Or they go for that job when they're 17 years old and the firm or the company that they're trying to see if they can get a gig at says, no, we don't like you and you're not a good fit for our company. Now they go home and they look for daddy's Uzi or some freaking 9mm. You know what I mean? And the point is, we've created this. Every single thing going on has been created by man. And it's engineered completely in order to destruct us. So just beware, okay, fam and friends? Beware, and remember that I'll keep showing up for you here so we could try to see if we can dig into the moment a little, you know? And don't forget, tomorrow we do this all over, fam and friends, for day 1,232 in a row of the Renaissance. Oh, goodness. It truly is the Renaissance. It needs to be, because this is not an enlightened time by any means. This is a dark, weary, and angry time. Let's bring some peace back into the world. What do you say? Remember, we can't change anybody. What we could do is change the way we treat everybody. If you want to, your energy is so powerful that you can affect real change in another. Whenever you start questioning things, just remember the motto to this show. It's to affect a positive change one person at a time. Don't be greedy in life and don't expect more than you deserve, which is to affect one soul at a time. This is also one of the reasons why I'm here every day. It's because I don't have a greedy motto. My motto is to reach one person a day. And for our 10,000 subs, we've done that. We've been on 1,232 days, so it means we've at least reached a soul a day since I've been live. That's the goal. That's the journey, is to try to reach one more tomorrow. Will you help me? So, Cheryl Niles, Daniel, my brother, Pamela Swan, anybody else that may be out there doing the old lurkaroo, I appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow for day 1,232 in a row of the Renaissance. Till then, Get smart, Pires. And it's Renaissance, man. You got to go away. Till tomorrow, fam. I love you guys. You got to go away. You got to go away. Till tomorrow, fam.